Hello everybody, welcome to my kitchen. We have a different scene today. I'm not using the stove, so I thought, all right, maybe this will be a little better so everything can be seen clearly. So today we are working with lemon balm again. Perfect summer plant, mood boosting, helps you focus. It is known as the gladdening herb. So these gummy bears that we're going to be making today are very relaxing. They're going to have chamomile and lemon balm in them. So they're very relaxing, again, brightening the mood. Think about the brightness of the chamomile flowers and relaxing, but not sedating. It won't make you sleepy. It'll just help you to chill out. The kiddos and I are going to make these tomorrow. I'm super excited about it. All right, so here's what we need. It's actually pretty simple. So let's start with our herbs. So I harvested this lemon balm. My teacher, Suki, we always harvested with her using old pillowcases. What a great idea. I love this. A good use for them. So I harvested this. You can hear them, they're a little bit crunchy a couple days ago. They still are very vibrant. Now, once a plant has dried, the essential oils are more concentrated, so you don't need as much. These aren't fully dry, but I really want to use them. Don't want to let go. I don't want to waste any of this delicious lemon balm. And you can, it gets everywhere. Your kitchen will smell delicious. So we are taking advantage of what is at its peak right now, both with the fruit and with the herbs. Now, I harvested these lemon balms. So I went to the beach and got back, and they had, you can see on there the little flowers. So they started to flower. So ideally, you want to harvest lemon balm right before it flowers. You want all that energy, the energy of the plant. So I'm just going to kind of crush it up a little bit. You want it to stay in the leaves. And you want them to keep producing green, juicy, vibrant leaves. So I and our students last week harvested a bunch of lemon balm. So now it'll grow back and be just bushy and delicious. So in the recipe, it calls for a 1/4 cup dried or a cup of fresh. Again, the dried being more concentrated, so that's why you need less. But this is kind of in between. I'm gonna make mine super strong. So I'm just gonna guesstimate. I make the recipes, but most of the time I'm like a crazy mad scientist in the kitchen, like, add this, cinnamon here, more leaves. It's fun. Sometimes you mess up, but sometimes you get brilliant decoctions. So it's worth it. All right, so I've got about this much, about a cup lemon balm, and then we're gonna add, let's do 2 tablespoons of chamomile. Now, chamomile is, y'all know the smell, it's very strong and it's bitter. So it's fabulous for digestion, and we don't want it to steep too long, or else that bitterness will really make its way into the tea. All right, this is like divine brightness, uplifting, relaxing goodness in a jar. It is so aromatic. We were talking about last week in the apprenticeships, like how much the aromas, the essential oils in the plant bring you present, just drop you into your body, get you out of your head. And that's how they really help with anxiety. Oh, so good. All right. And you know what I don't think I did? Boiled my water for this. So I'm gonna get this, our hot water gets really hot. So I'm gonna turn that on for a second and let it get super hot, because I have already, look at that gorgeous sunshine golden color. So I'm gonna strain this tea, super hot, while I'm waiting for that water to heat up. And then this is what we're gonna use for our gummy bears today. Super fun. You know, I was thinking of some other herbs we could use. Lavender would be really lovely in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna get as much of water as I can out of this. If you have a spoon, you could kind of press down and get some more out. I'm used to dealing with super hot things, so my fingertips are a little numb to the heat. All right, that looks good to me. I'm gonna set that off to the side. I'm gonna fill this up with really hot water. There we go, it's steaming. So I'll just let that fill up for a second. So you could use lavender. Lavender would be lovely, goes really, really well with lemon balm and chamomile. Okay, this is hot, so I'm gonna cover it so none of the steam escapes. We want all of that goodness in the tea. All right, so these are going to be lemon balm, chamomile. I said we were using flavors and fruits at the height of their peak. Peaches, these are South Carolina peaches. Oh man, so good and delicious, so good. You could exchange out other fruits if you don't love peaches, but I'm just super into peaches right now because it is July. Another good flavor you could do, turmeric and peach go really, really, really well together. So that could be another fun flavor to add. But since we're gonna use these with the kids tomorrow, I'm gonna leave it just lemon balm, chamomile, and peaches. All right, so we've made the tea. The peaches are ready. You don't have to peel them. There's a lot of good vitamins and minerals, a lot of good nutrients in the skin. I did peel these. They are chopped. You don't need to like perfectly dice them because we're just gonna put them in the blender. So, all right, lemon balm, chamomile flowers. We let it sit for about 10 minutes. I'll do that. Strain, sprinkle grass-fed gelatin over the top. All right, so we're gonna get 1 cup of this tea, and this is the gelatin that is going to make it jelly, like Jell-O, right? And grass-fed, very important. And this gelatin will give you protein. It can help your gut. Lots of benefits. I love the Vital Protein brand, beef gelatin, and the Great Lakes is another brand, good brand. So we are going to bloom the gelatin. So that just means let it infuse into the water and it starts to thicken up a little bit. So we're gonna do 6 tablespoons gelatin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's already starting to thicken up a lot. And since this is warm, you want to give it a little stir so it just doesn't turn into one giant blob. And it's fine if it does because we're going to blend it up anyway. But we'll just let that thicken up for a few minutes until it blooms, until it thickens. It already has, because this is super warm water, so we are good to go. So we are going to add to the blender, all right, about 2 cups of your fruit. So we're going to do about 2 cups of peaches. 1, 2, a little, 2 and an extra here, extra peachy. Set this to the side, save that for later. Maybe I'll make some ice cream. Okay, and then we are going to add some vanilla extract. So about half a teaspoon. Now, usually when I'm making this, I'm a super vanilla person. Actually, let's just go ahead and double it. Some people don't love vanilla as much as I do, but all right, set that off to the side. And then maple syrup. So about, and again, this is totally up to you. You could use honey, you could use maple syrup, you could leave it out. 1, 2, 3, about 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is so good. A little pinch of sea salt, because I always add salt to sweet things, and I always add a little bit of sugar to salty things, just to balance out those flavors. All right, let's see, what am I missing? I've got maple syrup, gelatin, vanilla, peaches, done. All right, so we're gonna add the rest of the tea. Set that off to the side. And then we're gonna add the bloomed gelatin. So this is starting to thicken. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that if any of it's settled on the bottom, like look, you can start to see how thick that is. We want all of that gut healing goodness in the blender. Okay. So yum. All right, that's it, y'all. So I'm gonna blend, and then I'm gonna show you my really cute molds and what to do if you don't have or don't want to order molds. You know how I am about kitchen things. All right, I'm gonna turn this on for a second. It's gonna be loud. Oh my goodness, nice and juicy. Okay, and like a perfect creamy color. So depending on the molds that you have, and you might want to let it settle a little bit, because when you blend it, look how foamy and frothy that is. So you can kind of tap it out a little bit to tap some of those bubbles out. Or you can just let it sit for a second. Oh, just that little taste. The vanilla adds the like creaminess. It's almost like a peach creamsicle or something like that. The recipe you can find in the link below. Lemon balm peach gummies. So you can use, if you have like silicone molds are the best. You can use silicone muffin molds. You can get, and I just got these online, look at those cute little teddy bears. You can use those. You can pour it into a baking sheet, and then once it sets, you can cut it into squares. So many different ways you can do this. Now I like pretty fun, cute, small things, so I'm gonna get a little weird about this. You can take a tincture dropper, or again, you can pour into your molds, but these are small. I have this little dropper here. This came with one of my, I think it was one of my like glass bottle kits. And then I'm just gonna drop, oh, it's so like, it's like the perfect color of chamomile. Can you see that? And I'm just gonna fill these little molds one by one. It's quite tedious, but I promise you it is worth it on the other end. They are so fun to eat, and they are so delicious and very relaxing and refreshing. The peach is that brightness, full of antioxidants, super duper good for you. The chamomile, again, great for digestion, so is lemon balm. Especially like nervous digestion, really good for those. Lemon balm is a relaxing nervine, so it helps your nervous system to just kind of settle and chill a little bit. So does chamomile. All right, so I'm gonna continue doing this, and then I'm gonna set this tray in the fridge. It's nice to set your mold in a tray so they're not flying all over the place and flopping all over the place, especially if you have a silicone mold. And I'll be back in a couple hours once they have set, and we'll pop them out and take a look at our creations. Be right back. All right, y'all, we're back with the gummies. So they've been set. They were set in the fridge setting for about 4 hours. So this is what the little molds look like. It's super easy. So I'm just gonna take one of these and I'll show you. The easiest way to get them out of the molds is to just, especially if they're silicone, just kind of stretch it one way, stretch it the long way. Now, one thing that I noticed with this batch was extra foamy. I think I blended it for too long. So in the recipe, I modified that to blend everything up, and then let it sit for a little bit, and then you can add the gelatin. But look at these guys when they come out. They're so cute. And they're so tasty. They're like, you get a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of the peach, a little bit of the chamomile. Like, they're just really good. And you could even let them go for longer. I actually may stick these back in the fridge for a little bit. Okay, just to let them continue to firm up, but they are super duper cute. Check it. My little lemon balm peach gummy bears. So, and then once you're done, put them in you can pop them out, put them in a little container, and set it in the fridge. Now, I had some leftover extra foaminess, so I just wanted to pour them in these molds to see what happened. So I wanted to show you, so I'm just gonna kind of cut around the mold for this one. Let's see if I can pop it out. It's kind of fun. So it's got, oh, I cut into it. It's got the good gelatin on the top, and then a little bit of the foaminess on the bottom. So you can either eat it, it's fine, or cut it off. But isn't that fun? Leftovers you can just play with. Have fun. You can add all kinds of different fruit. You can add any herbal tea you want. You can switch up the sweetener. Feel free to play around. But make some jiggling goodness this summer, and keep it relaxed and cool, y'all. See you next week.